If Lands Could Kill, featuring Knifecity, Ryke, Samhain Crow, and Hot Sauce.
All right, and welcome to another episode of If Lands Could Kill. My name is Knifecity.
This is Ryke.
Samhain Crow, Hot Sauce.
And because of such constructive feedback we've gotten from our previous episodes, we're going to dial it down a bit, and we're actually going to be talking about the 14th page of the judge's manual, paragraph 4, the third line, which states, "Fuck you guys who leave negative comments, because this is motherfucking If Lands Could Kill." So, you dirty fucks, what have you been up to lately?
That was strong.
Yeah.
Damn, that was powerful.
I thought we were actually going to talk about that 14th page.
Why do I have the book open?
Yeah. I was going to that section too.
I was actually going to start doing wrestling moves after that.
You're smash a chair over somebody.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Hot Sauce. Fucking idiots.
Oh my
The
god.
sound of broken glass starts playing,
Steve Austin,
Yeah, there
Stone
you go.
Cold. I know what you're going for.
Wow.
As I'm drinking a beer.
Holy crap.
Back in the day, I used to watch it, whatever. It's been a
Dude,
long
I
time
used
now.
to watch
When
it.
we all, as little kids, we all fucking watch it. People now our age who still watch it, which
Okay.
each their own.
They have
but-
this new channel which is fucking on our local cable. I can't think of the name of it, but it's all wrestling all the time. This is stupid.
No, it's awesome.
It's stupid awesome. Yeah.
It's funny because some of the people I follow on Twitter who are into magic are really into wrestling as well, and
It's a thing.
it's like this stupid part of me that wants to be judgmental, and I'm like, well, I'm into stupid shit too. How is the shit I'm into any different from wrestling?
Oh,
But I still am it's dumb.
Yeah. So, name drop. We went to school with Eric Bedour. He's part of the Mega 64 team. And so that's the most... He's the group of guys from Mega 64, the only people that made it, quote unquote, from our high school. I know no other people, but Mega 64 they're pretty fucking popular. And I don't even know if they have fucking jobs. I think they just do this video shit, you know what I mean?
Oh, probably.
But anyways, Eric Bedour and Brian Abruchakra.
Brian,
that's
one
fucking name. Have
Is that Jay Chandrahar or whatever from Super Troopers?
It's the same person.
It is the same.
So they actually have a wrestling podcast. They do their Mega 64 podcast, and then they do another one which is called the Go Home Show. So I remember talking to him when we first started this cast. I talked to him because he had that podcast, and I'm like, hey, you fucking mention us, and I'll mention you. Let's go ahead and do that.
Did they ever mention us?
No, I didn't mention him either. So.
Well, we just mentioned them right now.
Oh yeah, hey, you can follow up. If you're listening, man, you gotta fucking mention us now. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, those are the rules.
I've actually watched a few video podcasts of theirs or whatever, and it's entertaining enough. Why not?
The only thing I really remember from Mega 64 is back in high school when they had first started it.
Right.
Was the
Tetris.
No, not the Tetris. It was the Mario videos where they're going around town dressed up as Mario and Luigi
Right.
and just throwing shit at people and just acting like goofballs and
Do you
stuff.
remember the Assassin's Creed one? Do you ever see that?
No.
They get in the cloak and they just do the where they vanish into the crowd, you know what I mean? You hold the button down and you that. And they just do that to all the people they see, and if someone's sitting on the bench, they do the same thing. They go ahead and go to stealth, go next to the person or whatever, in the same pose, and you sit there the whole time while the person is just what the fuck is going on? And then he's just running and trying to do parkour over stuff.
With no parkour talent,
And
probably.
it's just fucking, what's his name, what the hell's his name? There's an R,
Roscoe?
no, is it Roscoe? No.
Is it?
It's something
I don't know
like
his
that.
name. I don't know
Anyways.
these guys. I know
so-
two people from that
I forget what his fucking name is. I feel. Oh, Rocco.
Rocco,
Yeah,
that's
Rocco.
it.
Yeah, he's
I know the R.
he's all overweight and shit. So he's doing all that stuff. It's pretty.
He went to
goddamn
school
funny.
too, right?
Yeah.
He's
I had computer class with him. He would never know who I am, by the way. If he listened to this, he'd be like, I don't know who the fuck Jason is. Yeah, I sat next to him in computer class, one of our classes.
That's funny.
So, anyways, that was
Holy
a
shit.
fun thing. I like Mix 64 is funny.
Cool guys.
I like Adult Swim, basically. They're fun.
Yeah. Local. Adult Swim. Oh, man. Yeah, I've been up to crazy things. Not really. I've just been working. Last weekend, I actually went out to the desert with my brother and some of our friends. We did a big, we've been planning a big desert shoot for about a month. So we actually got out to go last Saturday, and we were out there. I woke up at 5 a.m. to be at my mom's place in Santee or San Diego. Doesn't really matter.
Someplace.
Now they're going to pinpoint us.
Yeah, well, I mean, they already know.
They already know.
They know.
They know exactly where I live.
Yeah, so anyways, I get over there at like 5:30 in the morning, and luckily everyone's already starting to show up around 6, and we end up rolling out. It's about like an hour drive to where we're going, East County, San Diego, and we get there at like 7:30. It's raining that weekend too. The only weekend we want to go where it's like every other weekend before that was perfectly sunny and fine, and the weekend we actually planned on going ends up turning out like to be raining and nasty, but it actually worked out better because otherwise it would have been like 90 degrees out there and we'd just been miserable. So it was like nice and overcast. But yeah, we took out a bunch of guns and shot up like, $400 worth of ammo throughout the day. Didn't come home till like about 3 o'clock the next.
That's half a modern deck, dude.
Yeah, it was expensive. But my brother had recently got for all you gun nuts out there, a Desert Eagle. You guys all know that.
Yeah, you don't need to be a gun nut. You just need to play fucking 007.
Yeah.
So most people know what a Desert Eagle is. It's a
golden gun.
Big ass handgun. Yeah, it's a golden gun.
It's a golden gun.
It's a golden gun. Yeah.
Does it shoot the 50 cal?
Oh yeah.
Is that one? Okay.
Yeah. It's 50 caliber Action Express, which is a fucking huge caliber round, and it is a beast to shoot. But I was like, when I first shot it, I was scared. Like I was literally like terrified of it. Because you see these videos online of like, people shooting it and they hit themselves in the head. There's so much recoil on it.
Especially, I love seeing the video of like little girls, dude, doing that shit. Is
hilarious. But no, he brought that out and he had gotten it recently. It's an expensive ass gun. It's like $2,000 for that gun.
I was gonna ask how much it was. Yeah,
they're literally like at least $2,000, and you can't even get them in California with the 50 caliber barrel. You have to buy it in a lower caliber barrel, and then you have to buy the separate barrel. And
so it's more. Right,
it's just, like $300 more.
Hey, whatever.
But he brought that out. And like the ammo for it, every time you pull the trigger, it's about $1.30.
Jeez.
One round for that gun is $1.30.
So it's not like the standard rifle round where it has like that really
long
tapered edge or whatever. So
it's like a blunt.
It's like a blunt fucking massive bullet that you'd see on a goddamn bandolier or something like that.
Yeah, it's just like a big blunt nose bullet, and it's just huge. And it was actually a hell of a lot of fun to shoot.
How accurate was it?
It was really accurate.
Really?
As accurate as you can be. But we did that. It was fucking awesome. I took my AR out. We shot around like 500 rounds, and I just ended up buying another 1,000 rounds for my AR because you can't have enough ammo. So that's the way it is. But it was fucking awesome. And I can't wait to do it again. We actually got to shoot steel for the first time, or for my first time I got to shoot steel, which is a lot more fun than shooting like paper targets and shit, because it actually like makes a
you see the like impression on it.
Yeah. Well, these ones are made to be shot by like a rifle or handgun round, so it doesn't crater or anything like that. It just like puts a little pock mark, but it's cool. It's, when you're like sending it out like 400, 500 yards away and you're like shooting it and like
you get the satisfaction.
You fire the guns like bang, and then all this like when you actually hit it, like a couple seconds later you hear the bing.
We have Samhain Crow go out there, and he has a little twine and he wears it around his neck, and he has like a fucking 2-foot steel plate on his chest. Yeah, dude, like a target, leaving his arms.
The Clint Eastwood style.
Fuck you guys, you wouldn't do it.
Yeah. You know what? You're right about something.
You're like Clint
Eastwood. Fuck you. First time ever.
A cast iron steel plate, but that was a lot of fun, and I fucking.
I'm just thinking of fucking Samhain Crow going like, I'm Iron Man.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, that was fun. I've just been I play a little Hearthstone, and I haven't really played too many games. I just started watching Band of Brothers.
Oh, I love that miniseries.
I'd never seen it until last night.
That's like totally up your alley, by the way.
It was made I think it was made in 2001.
Steven Spielberg out for a while.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks, I think, did it together.
Yeah.
The second
Tim
one,
Hanks.
Oh, the Pacific? The Band of Brothers and then Pacific.
Yeah, I want to see that one next.
Pacific is alright.
But yeah.
I mean,
I'm just saying, it's not like it's not watchable.
It's
something
definitely
you're going to want to watch at some point, especially after seeing Band of Brothers.
Yeah, so I'm 2 episodes into Band of Brothers. I think there's 10 episodes?
It's a 10-episode miniseries. Each hour long.
And so it's, if you've never seen Band of Brothers, it's pretty much, it's about the 101st Airborne.
There's a lot of, guest spots in it, just very briefly, you're like, what the fuck? Is that Ross from Friends?
Yeah, he was in there. He's going to talk about that.
He still makes stuff?
You guys seen the sequel?
Friends was still on in 2000.
2000 something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2001. But yeah, when I saw Ross,
Ross still in things. Well, that's what actually when he had
what's his real name? David Schwimmerman.
Yeah,
are we really talking about David Schwimmerman?
Yeah, we are.
But no, I was gonna say,
he's doing gay porn now, right?
Yeah,
of course he is. That guy was doing gay porn before it was porn.
Yeah, that was awful. But yeah, that's the only thing I didn't like about the series so far is the 2 episodes I've watched. I'm like, it was David Schwimmer was in it, and I could not see him as any kind of fucking like trying to be hard, like drill sergeant kind of guy or whatever.
Hey, you guys listen to my command. Do me some push-ups. We're on a break.
Oh yeah, we're on a break.
Rachel, take me back.
You gotta do 3 miles uphill and downhill.
But it does the more episodes you watch, he does kind of play a fitting role. These dogs are trying to kill each other right now, right at my feet.
Next to the
They're having like a slap fight because they're such pussy dogs.
Yeah.
But that show's definitely right up my alley, so I'm gonna start watching it. I'm gonna hopefully kill it off in the next week or
I kind of want to watch it again now that you brought it up.
It's really, those first 2 episodes are really fucking good.
I've seen it 5 times through, and it's a great show.
Yeah.
5 times through, goddamn.
5 times
That's
through.
a lot of Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
Did you buy it or were you watching it?
I watched it through Amazon Prime. So
Oh,
they have
okay.
it on instant play or whatever it is. So I was looking on Netflix. I'm like, fuck, you can only get it on DVD. But I was like, I have Amazon Prime. Let's check there. And luckily they had it. I was just gonna buy it anyways. It's like $20-some on Blu-ray for
That's
a whole
way
box.
down. When I bought it for my wife's dad's birthday a few years back, and it was still $70.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Did you
that's
guys-
$70.
You guys
for a
still
TV series.
buy DVDs and stuff?
I just bought a CD, or I should say,
a CD.
I bought the.
What are those?
I bought the licensing rights to listen to 10 songs from Big Data yesterday
Okay.
for $7.99 on iTunes.
That's too bad.
That's
Big old
still
waste of
a
money,
good
right?
deal.
My other hobby is collecting vinyl. I absolutely love vinyl. That's why music is meant and supposed to be heard. So
That's
for
when
me,
Crow fell in love with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave him a vinyl for free at Punk.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
the
Yeah,
Fear
yeah,
of
yeah.
Vinyl?
He was
we had
like,
just
no, I
talked
would
and I'm
never
like,
give up Fear vinyl.
I've already got fear. Yeah,
Okay, I
there's
would
no
never.
need there.
That's
No,
that's
it was
really
great when I
fun.
first met Hot Sauce. We just finally catch that ride. We started talking just barely. Oh, actually, I hadn't even carpooled yet. And then all of a sudden he shows up. We happen to see each other at the gas station. We live close to each other and stuff. He's like, dude, I got you a vinyl. I'm like, does this guy want my cock? I've known him for a day, and all I do is give him shit. And he's showing up with the vinyl for me.
And
sweet, but what the
SSD
fuck?
control at that. That's fucking rare ass shit.
I didn't know he knew the whole time that I wanted to say that.
Oh, it's so obvious. But it's okay. Yeah.
But I definitely suggest that. It's one of my favorite, quote unquote TV shows.
Yeah, I didn't know it was an
Friends?
HBO series. Yeah,
Oh, Friends too.
You gotta watch all 20 seasons or whatever it is.
Okay, take a vote. Who's into Friends here?
Me.
I've watched it.
I've
yeah,
seen
it's
way
it's
too
one
much
of those,
Friends.
comedic,
But I'm not
whatever,
into it.
that's just on in the background while I'm playing a
That's
video
what I'm
game.
saying. I've seen so much Friends, and every time I'm like, let's just watch The Voice or something.
The voice.
That's way worse.
You're
Are you
right.
kidding
You're
me?
right. But I don't like Friends. That show is just I'd rather watch Seinfeld or something like that. If I want to watch something like that.
Seinfeld's enjoyable too.
Yeah, Seinfeld's like better.
Well, my brother would watch it when I was a kid, so back whenever it fucking started, when did it start, 96,
late
95,
90s, yeah.
something like that. Anyways, and I just started watching it, and I just fucking liked it. And so, my girlfriend just watched the entire, 12 seasons or whatever, because it just came out on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
So every fucking time I came home from work, she was just watching Friends, and I'm like, I can't watch Friends anymore. I watch too much of it, and especially now that I'm grown and shit, it's not really
Now you
funny.
know better.
Yeah, now I know
Because
better.
the whole show is about them turning 30, basically. So
Yeah.
So you should love it now.
Oh yeah.
Right up my alley. Fuck.
Yeah.
All this 30-year-old angst I have.
Yeah, I keep telling my girlfriend, we're on a break, and it's just not romantic like I thought it was gonna be.
It's weird going to the same coffee shop every day.
Yeah,
And
right.
the same thing, like you said, she came to Netflix, so my wife, me and her, was watching the whole fucking thing through. Every time we're sitting down eating food, she'd put that on. It's like,
Dude, I got so sick of it. The first time I was like, oh yeah, I remember this episode. Oh, Joey says this, and then he eats a sandwich. And then by
And he pulls out a pocket dog.
and then by the third day, I was like, seriously, we're watching this? Okay, I'm going in the other room and fucking
Yeah.
doing anything else.
All we watch, me and my chick watch Archer and Family Guy, and that's it. And if it's me and Raheem, then we watch fucking Top Gear only, and that's it.
All right. So what have we been up to, Crow?
my week has been, fun, but hectic in a sense that my wife's mom injured her hand. She cut her finger really deep making some potato salad at midnight for some random ass reason. But
We've all been there.
Marijuana. You know what? I chose that word over the other words for its comical value.
So she cut her finger and went to the hospital like Sunday night to get it stitched up. And she's a hairdresser, so my wife has been going in every day, like all day, like and washing like the ladies' hairs and things like that and helping her out. Which leads me to take care of my son all day, which is fine. I got no problem with that. I love my son. Love hanging out with him. He's a great little kid, and that's great and fine. Except for it leaves me with no like personal time to do anything like magic wise or anything. No brewing, no nothing really. So I've been hanging out with him all week. Except for Wednesday, I was able to get out and go to the Padre game and watch that shellacking. That was not fun. But so my week's been kind of dull and quick, other than getting to hang out with my son. But as far as games and other things related, I haven't done a whole lot of nothing.
I hear your son's a fan of the podcast.
Yeah, I was late at night. He had napped late, and so he was up at like midnight still. And he came back into the room with me, and I was listening to our episode, the last episode. That was very quite vulgar. I'm like, should I turn this off while he's in here? Nah, fuck it. He's watching YouTube videos. He's good. And so he falls asleep, and I'm like sitting there just dying laughing, trying to like hold it in, and like choking myself with laughter because I don't want to wake him up after listening to our episode from last week. If you haven't listened to that one, you should really listen to it because it's a good one.
It's a doozy.
It's a doozy. The raw and uncut, bigger, longer uncut. That shit's just like if you don't get our humor, then you probably aren't listening to us at this point anyway, so whatever. But if you do get it, you can't tell me that wasn't a fun episode, so.
I definitely learned something about my friends last episode.
I learned a little too much about you, Knife, I'll tell you that.
Seriously though, like, you learned like so little about us, well we learned a lot about you. That's an honest thing, right? Like,
well, I didn't know you were uncircumcised.
No, he said afterwards that he is circumcised.
I am circumcised.
You are?
Absolutely.
Well, now I'm confused.
Whose dick was I looking at then?
I got a normie. Not a weird old turtleneck.
You just offended a lot of our fans, dude.
Hey, whatever. That's like probably like, what is it, like, probably like 30% of the population or something like that? You would
All Indonesian.
I don't know. I usually don't, pull the people.
I'm gonna look it up.
I'm
gonna look it up.
Look it up.
Continue on.
Yeah, go ahead. Look up. Make sure you look at images and find a lot of dick pics.
Foreskinstats.com.
Alright, I guess I'll talk about my week. So I've been, like I mentioned last podcast, I'm playing a lot of Neverwinter.
I love how that was the second. Hold on,
Here we go. Over 32 years, the rate of newborn circumcision, the surgical removal of foreskin from a penis, only a penis, not the penis, performed in hospitals dropped from 64.5% to slightly more than 58% according to blah, blah, blah. So that means that
More people are keeping the sleep.
42% are uncircumcised.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I don't know.
That's a lot of dick hair cleaning and
that means like
Q-tips.
Two of us in this room are uncircumcised right now.
Yeah, statistically.
I'm circumcised. Fuck you guys. You can have the dirtiness.
I don't know if I want to raise a child in this world now.
Yeah.
All this uncircumcision.
Is that a big thing to you? It's like,
No, I don't really.
I just say like,
It's a lot more smellier.
You gotta see one up close, I guess.
Alright, well, I haven't done much this week. I mentioned last podcast I was playing a little bit of Neverwinter, so I've just been really getting down on that. Trying to understand.
Is that the MMO?
That's the free-to-play MMO. Yeah. It was out on the PC.
I thought you said that game was ass.
So, well, you missed last episode,
but
but I came around to it, and it's actually a pretty good game. And just like any complex MMO, it takes a while to understand stuff on there. So I finally made sense of the currency system, which it's not as horribly convoluted as I thought. It's still, I think, unnecessary, but I just understand it a little bit better, and starting to play more PvP and starting to do some group stuff like instances or whatever you call them, flashpoints they call them in the Star Wars game. But I'm having fun with that, and still playing a lot of Hearthstone. I'm really fucking digging it on the phone. And
yeah, you did kick my ass at Hearthstone today.
Yeah, we were actually Hot Sauce and Crow were playing Magic Tiny Leaders, and then me and Ryke got down on some Hearthstoning on our phones. So that was very exciting. Whoop some ass, no big deal. I don't think you could make a. I don't know. like, I wouldn't want to consume any extracurricular Hearthstone content. Like, I don't want to watch any videos. I don't want to watch anybody stream it. If there was a podcast about it, I wouldn't want to listen to it. Like,
It's just not depth enough. There's not enough to it.
I think playing it is more than enough than one. Like, you don't need to.
It's almost too much.
I need to study Hearthstone.
I agree with you personally. I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah, and that's actually been my week. Nothing too exciting just happened. I'm sure there's like exciting stuff I could talk about, but I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, that's what I got.
I didn't write it down on my hand, my cheat sheet.
You gotta take notes, dude. You gotta get that diary out and let us know what happened this week.
Dear diary, today I fisted my own butthole.
Today
Ryke is back.
Today I got a big lighter at my dick slit. Personal record.
And then I asked someone if I could light their cigarette, and I whipped out my dick. No, I just want to light your cigarette.
Yeah. Exactly. You actually get your dick and you spark it on your jeans. That's a new thing. Normally you
Zippo style,
you just hold it out. But now you're like, no, I'm getting really good at this.
You spark it off your zipper.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck. Zipper burn. Shit. So, my week has been a whole bunch of nothing, but I've just been working. I think tomorrow's my last day, so this will come out on Monday, so it'd be the Friday before this cast. I'm pretty sure it's my last day of my job. So then I'll be at home chilling, but I got like a list like 30 items long of what shit I gotta do on the new place. About like what drywall I gotta do with this, what switches I gotta move, what fucking thing I gotta paint, all this shit. It's actually gonna be really fun because now I own it, so it's like actually fun rather than like a chore. But what's up?
I was just going to say that now your girlfriend can come home and yell at you for like 3 months straight, right?
Pretty much.
Because you're going to be all excited and into like fixing stuff for like a week or two.
Hour.
And then you're going to kind of like, I want to watch this show or play this game or, and then she's going to come home and you're going to be like half passed out on the couch like in your underwear and she's like, is that all you did today? God damn it.
Pretty much.
And you'd be like, well, I grew my beard out.
Yeah, I found it for a while.
Check out my beard. Yeah, exactly. So anyways, today, we have the bedroom door has a, locked doorknob. It has like the switch in the back and it requires a key in the front, not just the standard little like small screwdriver.
Put like a nickel in there.
Yeah, but that kind of bullshit. So it's actually like a key, which is kind of silly for a fucking bedroom, but whatever. The more fucked up part is that when it's locked from the inside, you can still turn the inside handle. So that means when you shut it, it's like a 50-50 chance if the door's locked or not, because you don't know.
You don't close it like all the way?
No, I'm saying that like when you wake up, whatever, in the morning, you're just fucking groggy and you don't give a shit. You gotta remember to actually unlock the door from the inside and then open it up.
So you don't lock
because
yourself
otherwise
out.
you just grab the door handle and it acts the same no matter if it's locked or not. So you just like, so this morning, I'm here by myself, the chick's doing like pet sitting or whatever. I fucking open the door like normal, I shut the door and I leave, whatever. I come home, and then this is the only time it's happened. So today I come home, the fucking door's locked. I'm like, and the cat's in there and shit. And I'm like, motherfucker, dude, I gotta take a shower, all my shit's in there, like, he's got a key, and I'm like, alright, did the previous owner leave a key? Okay, let me check. I grab all the keys that he left, which I don't even know where the fuck they go. I try all of them, none of them they're not even work, none of them even, go into the
dick slit hole?
Yeah, the dick slit, the key slot. So, anyways, I do all that, I'm like, motherfucker. So, my solution, I was thinking of all kinds of shit. I'm like, should I just kick the fucking door down?
Come on. Just simple.
No, I had an idea of just like removing a little part of the door, like the inside part between the door handle and the wall. Just like remove like a half inch so that I could actually get in and like stick something in there to pull back the little fucking.
Next time, just take out the hinges.
What's that?
Next time, just take it
the
out
hinges
the
on the inside.
Alright.
Yeah, the hinges on the inside. So, anyways, the door opens towards the bedroom, not towards the hallway.
Gotcha.
So anyways, so what I did is I got a fucking screwdriver, threw it in the fucking key slot, got a hammer, and just beat the shit out of the screwdriver into the thing. I'm like, movie's gotta work, right? The movie's gonna lie. Just fucking beating the shit out of this thing, and it fucking worked. It took a while. Just hitting it. Once I got the screwdriver in like 3/4 of an inch, the fucking door opened right away. I was amazed, because I was like, I think I gotta fuck this door up to get in here. I don't know how. It's the second story, so and like there's no like, roof area to like walk around to the window or something like that. It's just straight up sheer wall to the second story. So I was like, I think I'm kind of fucked here. So anyways, I did that, and MacGyver fucking helped me out, and it all worked out. So that was kind of hilarious. But besides that, I mean, nothing's really going on. I've just been working on the house like over and over again every fucking day. I don't know. Not much at all, really. I found another fucking guy that lives in my complex from my childhood, which is god awful. But
Everybody's like moving back in with
You
their
are in
parents.
or like, hometown.
yeah, we're in hometown. We're went to high school.
And she's like half mile from Rural High School. No, you went to White Hills.
I went to White Hills. So yeah, no, it's like 3 miles down the road.
Yeah.
But still, it's still just the same old shit. I don't even like going to like Vaughn's or Albertsons or none of that shit because you just see people every fucking time, and you hope you don't catch their eye. You just like look at your fucking, just look at your cart, and you're like, don't look at me, so and so. I don't want to talk to you, fucking. So
It's nice when you see people and they have like the same mindset as you, where you're like,
Yeah,
"Hey,
thank
how's
God.
it going? I'm doing good. How are you? I'm great. Oh, fantastic. Well, see you later." And that's it. That's the extent of your conversation, and you're happy.
That's almost too much sometimes.
And you're happy when you like definitely make eye. Like there's this chick I went to junior high with, and she works at Vaughn's. It's the Vaughn's right down the street from my house. I'm not about to drive anywhere else, so I go in there, and I usually go to like the self checkout lane, and it's like usually where she's at. And then I'm just like, "Hey, how's it going? Okay, blah, blah, blah." Like, we're friends on Facebook, but we don't talk. Like, I started tits, like, in 7th grade, and that was, like, the extent of our,
talking
friendship.
about pedophile, dude. Right?
He's all the same age. Doesn't count. He didn't share the boobs, so he
Does
didn't
it?
get
Does it not count though? Does it not count?
It doesn't
It counts when I still think about it.
That mental picture.
No, but,
I must have a good memory. That's a long time ago.
Now you're for sure a pedophile.
You take it over from Hot Sauce. He's just trying to push that title away.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, fucking 11-year-old titties. Oh, yeah.
You're back to it.
Dude,
You're a pedophile again.
13-year-old titties. Come on, 11's gross.
I was 13 in freshman year.
No, I'm on the older side of, like, the class where I was, like, 14 freshman year. Because I had to take 2 years of preschool. Because the first year...
You got the paper and you just fill in the lines?
The first year I had, like, a speech problem, so the teacher thought I was, like, speaking Spanish when I came into class.
No, she did not.
I swear to God.
Look at you. He's probably bald then, too.
Does not help you out.
It's white gringo.
Yeah, muy gringo.
Muy gringo. So anyways, back to the Vaughn story. Anyways, it's just nice when you see people and they're not interested in like rehashing old times or anything, where they're just like, "Hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. See you later." Because there's nothing I hate. I feel so fucking awkward. Like I have a little bit of social anxiety. And like I try and overcome it by being like overly like the center of attention, you know? So when I like talk to people, they're like, "Oh yeah, how's it going? Oh well, I'm doing this and this," and then like I'm like waiting for that point in the conversation while I'm like, "Well, I gotta get going. See you later."
I had one of those at Costco with a guy that I went to high school with. That we were like, we were buddies. We weren't like hanging out every day, but I'd go over there and he played bass and shit. So I used to go jam with him every once in a while. But I went to Costco, saw him and his girlfriend or wife or whoever the fuck it was. And this guy straight up like spat off all the things that like he succeeded in his life for like 30 seconds and then just walked away from me.
Wow.
Like just straight up like, "Oh yeah, I'm so-and-so at this so-and-so. I just got my degree and blah, blah, blah. This is my girl, or this is my wife, whatever, blah, blah, all this other stuff. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah, okay, we're gonna take off. Like, didn't even let me fucking talk. Not even like I wanted to. Like, it was already awkward hearing him say those things.
I'm so much better than you. Here's why.
I just want to tell you I get paid for it now.
Yeah. And he wasn't even like that in high school. Like, he was a really, like, relaxed dude.
Yeah.
And I heard that, I'm like, that was weird as shit. Like, I do not give a fuck.
That is really weird.
The next time I see somebody I went to high school with, I'm just gonna like make up the most like random awkward bullshit.
Oh,
like,
yeah, dude. You're a fluffer.
Yeah, I'm part of the jihad group. San Diego jihad group.
Yeah.
I raise baby ostriches and they suckle from my teeth. That's how they get their nutrients.
Oh, my boobs are so big.
It's like
You gotta say like I was an apprentice fluffer for like the past 6 years, and now I'm on to journeyman fluffer.
I work my way up to you.
Yeah, I'll be a master tech fluffer pretty soon.
Are you familiar with the Guinness Book of World Records? Well, I'm in there for the biggest dick slit in the world, mind you.
It goes from
the world.
tip of the penis to the back of my asshole.
It's just all one giant taste.
Yeah, it just sprays out like a fucking like a pressure washer, like a big fanning motion, vertical fan. Oh, the slit's that big. It's got, it doesn't know where to go. It knows it can't go left and right, but it can go up and down.
Yeah, it's like, those old school, I don't know, the lawn
exactly
thing.
Vertical.
I don't know what the fuck are those things called? Sprinklers. God damn it.
Sprinkler? You can think of sprinkler?
It's one of those ones that uses the water to like move it back and forth, whatever. Like it just goes.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
And there's like the individual little sprays.
Yeah, exactly.
And no one knows what the fuck that is.
That was a.
And then
bring that up.
It's not going to play in your sprinkler? What's up, dude? You fucking, come on.
Hey, my girl likes to play in my sprinkler.
Exactly.
Hey, now. So let's move on to some magic.
Oh, what's that?
We have, once again, it is spoiler season.
Spoiler season.
For the 20th time this season.
No shit.
Every other cast is spoiler cast.
Dude, they're going to run out of magic cards pretty soon.
So we have Modern Masters 2015. A lot of the rares, don't squeak at me, Doug. A lot of the rares have been spoiled, or at least 20, 15, something?
22.
22,
Bob.
And they are all rare or mythic rare, nothing uncommon or common.
They dropped them all that one day and haven't added anything since. It's been 4 days now.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, there's actually a lot of cards that are worth some money in this set. I mean, the big ones were...
So wait, what's Modern Masters? Is just a collection of...
For those of
collection
you
of masters that are modern? Or?
Yeah, exactly. For those of you who are not familiar with Modern, it's a format in Magic where you play with older cards, and they're doing a bunch of reprints so people can actually get their hands on it, but it also provides a fun, limited environment to play.
And these cards are like the cream of the crop of the Modern format.
Exactly. These
More or less, yeah.
These are a lot of the staple cards that are in a lot of decks they have in here. So the big ones that were already revealed were Karn Liberated, which is the first colorless planeswalker. There was Tarmogoyf.
The greatest card in the set here.
And what else was spoiled?
The Dilling Click. We have
No, say it earlier.
Emrakul.
And
today.
Emrakul, Karn, and Tarmogoyf were spoiled earlier. Now we have the rest of the list, which is 4 of the Eldrazi, 3 of the creatures, and 1 tribal sorcery. So obviously Emrakul's like the main one, right? Like it's the
Big Daddy Emrakul.
It's like, if you're playing a deck that revolves around if I can get a creature out, I want it to be the biggest, baddest motherfucker of them all.
It's the game. It's the game over when
Yeah, it's game over basically. Unless you have actually, there's really nothing actually except for things that make sacrifice or whatever. That's about it.
Talk this way, motherfucker.
Oh, sorry. Things that make you sacrifice can get around it, but basically, even Swords to Plowshares or something like that, it can't be targeted by colored spells.
So Devour Flesh is really
something like that, exactly.
So, a lot of the staples that they reprinted were Splinter Twin. Splinter Twin is really huge right now because of the bannings. The Splinter Twin decks they were already good before the bannings.
Really good, yeah.
But now they've kind of really come to the forefront. And basically you put a token on the battlefield of the creature, and then you exile it at the beginning of the next end step. So
it's a go infinite combo, basically.
Yeah, it's definitely the main combo piece for those decks.
Yeah, it's just you put it on a creature that will, Deceiver Exarch or whatever it is. So just so you know, if you know, someone out there doesn't know what it is, you throw this enchantment on there, which is a 4 mana, 2 in red, enchantment aura. Enchant creature, it obviously has what Knife said, and then you put it on a creature that when the copy comes out, you choose to untap or tap a permanent. So you untap the first creature that has the Splinter Twin on it, and then you get to tap it again, which creates another token. That token has the same ability, untaps the first creature, and you get to go infinite. And so you have
a
Pestermite or that one. Yeah, both of them have the same ability, basically.
There's a lot of targets for it.
Yeah, exactly. So you just get this infinite combo, you make infinite creatures, which infinite creatures is like what you do in paper. On Moto, you still, if they don't concede, you literally have to just click your way through and get enough creatures to do the 20 damage, So you need to, if they're at 20 and you make 20 creatures, you still kind of risky, you should probably make 30 fucking creatures just in case.
I would make 100.
Pull some shenanigans. But the thing is, there's a clock, that's the fucked up part.
No,
paper, you can just declare, and they just scoop. But on Moto, I've seen some people like, nope. If this is your deck, you got to do the combo. You know, if you decided to play this, too bad. You got to go ahead and click away and make infinite fucking tokens.
I'm gonna be salty about losing. I'm gonna salt your ass.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I can
understand that a little bit.
What do you guys feel about that? I honestly want to hear your opinion about people that when they see an infinite combo, do you give a shit that they want to see it, or do you think it's kind of a dick move for them to be like, no, I want to see it. Even though I know the combo because I've seen this a million times, I want to make sure that you waste your time doing it.
Like, say if they stick a Splinter Twin on something, you know, you just concede right away. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Do you concede, or do you just sit there and like wait for them to actually get 30 creatures and then attack it and like wait for it to actually wait for them to do the damage, not concede?
I concede.
But what do you feel with people that don't?
I feel like that's just a waste of time. But, I mean, it's part of the game, so you just got to do it.
Okay, so I think it's very situational, but, like, if you're in an actual tournament on Moto, then, yeah, go ahead and let them run the clock out or whatever. But I think if you're just sticking around in the tournament practice room, like, I concede.
Yeah, I agree in most of it as well. Just, like, for me, like, I play a Waste Not deck on Moto, and so every now and then if I hit a Dark Deal into another Dark Deal, and I'm sitting there with like 2 wastes on the board, and I've got like 20 triggers in a stack. It's like, man, I really want to see this resolve, but then they just quit. It's like, man, I wanted to see what I did.
It's like both things, yeah.
So it's like I understand quitting, and it makes sense that they do it, but it's like, oh man, like I don't have an infinite thing going. I got a big thing going. But
this thing is the opposite though, because that just makes the person that has a Splinter Twin just click a million fucking times, even though the person knows it. The thing is, I've seen it get played out where they make 24 copies or whatever, and then the person that's playing, that person that their opponent or whatever is like, great, I actually have a way to gain 6 life.
Yep.
And so they do the whole thing, and it's like, oh, guess what, you just fucked up, buddy. And so like that's another thing about it though, like the people like, they just get to this point of like, oh, I just do whatever it takes, and then the person has a spell that like, is able to make them, sacrifice a creature and gain 2 life and blah blah blah, so that it's able to like just counter that effect, and then they can fucking swing back and be done with it.
Guess you could have, you should have clicked through the cycle a couple more times to make a couple more creatures.
Yeah, pretty much.
100 times.
So they have to wait till the next attack step to do anything. Yeah, they can make a million blockers or whatever, but if you have like a way unblockable, or if you have a flyer and all your shit's ground, like there's all kinds of ways to like flip that around and then win again.
It'd be so funny and fucked up to make somebody click through like 35 times going through it, then go, okay, go to attacks, okay, Bioblight that creature.
Yeah, something like that. Exactly.
Fuck you, basically. I'm really making you salty.
Would you do that though? You would do that.
I would at that point. That's hilarious. Like, I'm not going to see because I have the answer.
Yeah.
So if you're going to keep going, you're going to keep going.
Or what's even better is Rakdos Charm, where each creature does 1 damage to its controller, and so they make 21 creatures just in case, and then you're like, all right,
do that. That's the best thing. That's where you totally have to sit and wait.
Oh yeah,
because then you
just like laughing the whole time.
Yeah. So if you don't have the answer and you're not in some kind of tournament game and you're really trying to push it through, which even at that point, play a tournament game and you're trying to win by time, like that's just a shitty way to win. Like that's like backdoor bullshit almost.
Yeah.
But
I agree with Knife.
If you don't have the answer, I think you just fucking concede.
I agree with Knife completely. If you have an answer and you know you have an answer, let them do it. If it's a tournament and they need to waste that time because that's just what the deck they're playing, like too bad.
Oh, I understand. I'm not saying it's wrong.
No. I think we all are on the same page here pretty much. All I'm saying is that I agree with Knife basically.
Yeah, there's certain times where you let them play it out, but most of the time you're like, all right, I concede.
Yeah.
Good game.
So, moving on, we have other cards that I've like heard of and seen, but never seen really played because only it's Emrakul basically. But we have Kozilek, Butcher of Truth, 10 mana, 12/12. When this thing, when you cast this thing, draw 4 cards. Annihilator 4.
They all have Annihilator 4.
Yeah, they all have Annihilator. This one has Annihilator 6, which is Emrakul. And then when this thing is put into a graveyard from anywhere, its owner shuffles it into its graveyard.
The whole graveyard in the library.
Yeah, exactly. So after that we have Ulamog, the Infinite Gyre.
This is the one I haven't seen before.
Oh, okay.
This guy's kind of cool.
I know of Kozilek, but Ulamog I didn't know of personally.
So this is 11 mana?
Yeah, 11 mana for a 10/10. It has, when you cast it, destroy target permanent, Annihilator 4, this thing's indestructible, and then the same thing, when it's put into a graveyard, you just shuffle your graveyard into your library. Then we have our Tribal Sorcery that's also an Eldrazi. It's a 7 mana, 7 colorless. Each player sacrifices all colored permanents he or she controls.
I played this on Duels of the Planeswalker 2014, and it's just a fun card.
And all you had left over was Spellskite.
I think I've never seen it played actually.
I've never seen it played like in actual like
Right.
anything outside of Duels with Planeswalker, but there's another card called It That Betrays, and it's like another Eldrazi, 12/12, whatever. But whenever an opponent sacrifices a permanent, you get that permanent. So you play It That Betrays, and then you play all his dust, and then you get all of their fucking permanents.
Fuck. It's nice because that's not like exile or destroy creatures. It's like each player sacrifices.
Yeah, each
all
non-land colored permanents.
In the Tron decks, is there a lot of colored permanents overall? I know you're building into Karn.
Because the artifacts are colorless that they use to search for other stuff.
So also I'm wondering, why would you not throw all his dust into a Tron deck that essentially you're working on?
Well, if you're using that much mana, you might as well be playing Karn.
They're
playing Karn. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, one of is not.
There's a lot of things about even standard where it's like, why wouldn't you play this because it's really powerful with this? It's like, because our win condition is just these other cards. Like, we can win with these other cards without having to fill up another slot with this, which is like, it's like a good fallback, but the other cards are the way to win. Just like a certain aggro decks or whatever, they don't run basically any removal because it's like, well, why wouldn't you? That's you should run removal. It's like, nah, I just feel like this deck is going to do the business, on its own without having to have backups.
Especially in modern when everyone's just trying to get to their either combo or get to their end game as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Most decks don't really want to take time out of their day to wipe the board or do this and do that.
So that's still one of my main problems in modern is that there's so many decks that don't give a shit what that person's doing. It's not like you're just playing solitaire at that point. You're trying to get what you're
a lot of it is. I agree.
And I don't like that. There's no variation. You get your set decks that people are going to play. There's not really anybody coming out with their own fucking micro brew into it. It's just
there's a lot of them on tapped out, but nothing in tournament.
But nothing in tournament. That's if we're gonna dabble in modern, the minute when you guys net deck something, I'm not gonna play against you.
Yeah, I think
I'd rather, if we're gonna touch modern, let's do what we do in standard and make things that are fun to us.
I feel like modern is the most popular brewing thing on tapped out. I think modern's the number one. And then standard after that. I think when I look at the lists of what's top and all that stuff and what's featured, I feel like modern is the majority, and then everything falls back.
Since I've been getting into modern with my mill deck on Moto, it's funny, I haven't seen a lot of the big quote unquote popular decks. I've seen a lot of the tier 3 and tier 2 decks.
Okay. The popular ones cost $3,000.
Yeah, I have not seen one single Tarmogoyf
paper or something
online.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of the what's that one guy who flips over?
What, Delver?
Yeah, I've seen
Secrets.
Yeah, blue, red, blue X Delver decks on there. I've seen a lot of green white kind of Voice of Resurgence and Kitchen Finks sort of thing. Not really boggles.
No, you're talking about
you've seen a lot of burn.
More of an aggro. I've seen a couple.
Yeah, but it's like a pod list without pod, basically.
Probably.
It's because they run all that stuff in there.
Yeah, they run Noble Hierarchs.
Yeah, Noble Hierarchs, all that fucking stuff. World's Paradise.
Every once in a while I'll run into a Splinter Twin deck. But what I haven't seen, which kind of ties into the next card we're going to talk about, is I have not seen one single Dark Confidant. They're reprinting Dark Confidant, and I've heard from a lot of people that it's not really that great in this modern metagame right now, and also I just haven't seen a single one online.
Because, what's-his-face is banned, that one mana, black-green guy.
Deathrite Shaman?
Deathrite Shaman, yeah. Bob fit in with the Deathrite Shaman decks.
Yeah, the Jund decks.
Yeah, the Jund decks. So ever since Deathrite Shaman was banned, it's Jund's kind of fallen off.
Talk amongst yourselves. There's the fucking computer.
But yeah, I do like that they're reprinting Tarmogoyf, which is almost kind of a gimme. They have to reprint Tarmogoyf. The other card I'm really excited about that they're reprinting is Noble Hierarch. Noble Hierarch was one of the cards that's key to Malaropod back when it was an actual deck. But just having a green card, the Noble Hierarch for a 1 mana, 1 green, 0/1 with Exalted. And you can tap to give it, add green, white, or blue mana to your mana pool. This guy was $60, I think, at one point. I don't know if he's still up there, but he was $60 to $70 a card. And it was crazy expensive.
Still pretty expensive.
Yeah, so I'm glad they're reprinting Noble Hierarch. Goblin Guide is always great.
Goblin's Guide.
Goblin Guide. There's a lot of nice reprints in this.
Personally, I'm kind of excited for Elish Norn. Not really in the sense of I'm trying to build some deck with her. I just think she looks fucking badass. That thing just looks vicious.
Elshorn is like, I think it's
Yeah.
played a lot in Commander.
Yeah, that's a really good Commander card.
And
It's
obviously,
pretty cool if they printed that one in Eldrazi, whatever text or something like that, or whatever text she's in.
Phyrexian.
Phyrexian, that's what it was, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I really like these spoilers for Modern Masters so far because they're actually printing the cards that need to be reprinted. They're
That's
not
what, yeah. I'm waiting until you even see like the common and uncommon list. Like I
Yeah.
want to see like Remand again. Or something like that to like, once again, make it cheaper. Or like,
Yeah, the card's
Ponder.
$15.
Or fucking,
Well, Ponder-
not Ponder, I'm saying, what am I thinking of?
Brainstorm.
No,
That's
neither of those
cheap,
are
too.
legal.
What about like, what's the one that's draw a card, scry 2? Is that in there? Serum Visions.
Yes.
Is that in there?
I don't know.
Anyways,
I mean, it's modern legal.
whatever these fucking modern
Taxi
cards
probes.
are. Yeah, like all this shit, it's like still like, $4 plus.
For like a
For like
common
a
or
common,
uncommon.
like when I first started coming in, I'm like, yeah, it's $4. Like it's a very popular card or whatever. Like necessary. But like then I'm like, wait, it's fucking common. Why the hell is it $4?
Right.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Remand is like I think it's like $12.
No, it's like 15.
$15 for
Yeah.
uncommon.
fucking
I know it's
ridiculous.
Remand, and like when I first started playing, I'm like, yeah, Remand, super popular, really good card, very strong. Wait. It's an uncommon. Come on, like it can't be $15 for a fucking uncommon.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Well, I really hope that they don't fuck this one up and not print enough of these boxes because last Modern Masters, the first Modern Masters, there wasn't that many printed and they like skyrocketed in price. So if you didn't get in a pre-order or anything like on day one, ground zero, you were pretty much paying
So
like a shit ton of
what's the
money.
prices? For Modern Masters.
I'm not sure. I want to say it was like $10 a pack. Or
Yeah,
I think that's
something.
like
Yeah, around there. And like a box like $250 when it started
So
going up.
I remember right when Modern Masters came out, I was still pretty new or whatever to Magic. I went to the local just baseball card shop, and the guy was like, "Hey, we got this new sets in," and I'm like, "Oh, what's that?" And so he had like. I'm sure it was like day one. He was like, "Oh yeah, we got the boxes and blah blah blah," and I was like, "Nah, just give me Dragon's Maze or fucking whatever stupid shit I was buying at the time."
Yeah.
And but yeah, I could have gotten in on some boxes.
How much were they costing at that point?
I don't know.
Lower
I
price?
think they came out like at $120 or $140 or something like that, around there.
Yeah.
Like a regular
Around that
price
ballpark.
box,
And then
basically.
they shot
with
like $250 a box, like
And
easily
it's,
within
it's
like.
also shitty at that point
It
because
is.
it only comes with like 24 packs instead of the regular 36.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
So it was expensive, but I mean, it's still going to be expensive because they're all like great cards, the potential great cards in there to get out of the packs. But do we have a price?
MSRP for the pack is $9.99.
So it's $10.
Ugh.
Well, Steve actually stays
And then-
there depending on how much they actually print.
MSRP. Let's see. Okay, let me read the. Talk about yourselves. I gotta read.
But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about this Modern Masters. I hope they don't fuck it up with I hope they print enough where the people that are just going to buy a box and just sit on it, hoping that they're going to be able to resell it in a couple of years.
Jack up the price.
Yeah, I hate the people that just sit on it and don't crack the packs. But I mean, that's just Magic the way it is. It happens. A lot of speculators and everything like that. It's just
A
part
lot
of
of
the game.
people are just in
But
for it for the money.
Yeah, I'm fucking stoked they're reprinting, Noble Hierarch, we're printing, Tarmogoyf, we're printing Vendilion Click, which is awesome. That needs to be reprinted. Splinter Twin need to be reprinted.
A lot of people are upset actually. A lot of people like the new art for Vendilion Click, and a lot of people are upset about it. It's kind of torn back
I
and
haven't
forth.
seen the new art. Is it really weird looking?
It's right here. No, it's pretty similar. It's just brighter.
It is a lot similar.
More pink colors rather than being darker colors. So I mean, it doesn't look bad at all. Other than people make comments about how all of a sudden they're making a lot of artwork where it looks like they're using selfie sticks.
Oh,
how they did like the fucking command that just came out, the blue-white one.
The Cryptic
So
Command.
now-
or the-
No, the one that just came out in Dragon. So
Yeah, so they are
It's like
reprinting the
selfie
Cryptic
stick
Command.
Vendilion Click in that picture. So people are like, "What the fuck again?" But I think it's good artwork, man. I mean, it just kind of brightens up what the old card looked like, really.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. I like it. But yeah, they're reprinting all the commands, the colored commands. So they have Cryptic Command, Austere Command,
Profane Command.
Profane Command, and then Incendiary
Incendiary.
Command for red, and then Primal Command for green. So
And
I
then-
think the best commands out of this are probably going to be Primal and Cryptic Command.
Right,
which is
those are the
blue
ones
and
that
green.
see the most play.
Yeah, currently.
Cryptic, obviously the most.
Cryptic is like the,
no
yeah,
question.
blue is like the greatest color in all of Magic.
They did actually just reprint Profane Command in the Black Commander set that just came out. Like, I own that card. I mean, kind of fun.
Yes, it's not super modern playable, but
So obviously they're going to obviously
What
they're
we
doing
got
a
now?
series, or they're going to complete the whole set of that situation. Which is kind of funny that it was just printed this year. They're printing it again in this set.
Right. So I can't see anything for sure. It said that there was the last Modern Masters was 170 a box for 24 packs, and it was $6.99 a pack, and now it's $9.99 a pack.
so it's gone up.
and that suggests that the box will be like between like 200 and 240 a pack.
Yeah, so hopefully
So-
you get it on
Or
a box.
again, like 24 packs.
Yeah, for 24 packs, exactly.
I don't know if it's going to be worth it.
But it's $10 a pack, and you know it's going to be one of those. It's going to be hard to judge if there's going to be value in that. We're going to guess that there's not going to be value in that because
You're
even
only going to
people-
get so many mythics.
yeah,
out of these
there's not
boxes.
a whole lot of cards that are going to be valued, say like more than $20. Where like if you're going to pay $10 a pack, if you're going to open something sweet, you better hope it's double than what you paid for that thing because you have to open up so many packs to even get to that thing that's priced double. You know,
There is
so,
that
like,
chance of
value.
pulling a $200 Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, there's a, yeah,
Foil
of course.
Tarmogoyf?
But there's a chance right now opening up fucking Fate Reforged and pulling a foil Ugin for $130. You know,
Is it
for
really that much?
$3.99 a pack. I mean,
Yeah.
does that make me want to spend $130 on Fate Reforged? No, it does not. I don't want to do anything like that. So
I'm trying to look for like a print run number, but
They probably don't have it out. That information's probably not going to be
yeah, I
available
don't
for a
think
while.
they're gonna have it out.
Heavy
for the
Meta
public.
said they don't want us to know, dude.
They don't.
Yeah,
they
it's
don't want
fucking-
us to know. But yeah, I mean, I just hope they don't screw it up and like just print it like super limited. I know it's like a super like good set and it's like there's a lot of good cards, but I really want to see Modern like grow. And it's really hard for like someone like us to ever get into Paper Modern
Yeah,
just
Yes,
for
it
the
is.
prices,
Yeah,
like
Jesus.
the what do they call it, like the
barrier
the
to entry.
Yeah, barrier to entry is just really too high for a lot of people that are somewhat new to the game.
I mean, even online, like Modern's really big on Moto, and it's like some of the cards are more expensive on Moto than they are
Oh, yeah.
on paper.
Dude, there's what card that I look at today that was like, oh man, I think it was like 20 cents in paper and like fucking $3 on Moto or something like that. There's another one that was like $2.50 in paper and like $16 on Moto or something. You know, there's like
Yeah,
some
it's
cards I was looking up.
a lot of the red deck win deck, like cards are really more expensive on Moto just because they're so
Popularity.
easy. They're popular. They're really easy to play. They're easy to build. And like a lot of people play them on Moto because
And it
it
was
works.
cheaper at first, so people already
Yeah.
have them bought up, so there's less from bots and shit.
Yeah.
That's probably why you're not seeing like so many Tarmogoyfs and shit online because like they're too fucking expensive. You're just going to see the other shit that they can buy a deck for the price of Tarmogoyf, basically.
So they're also reprinting the Fulminator Mage, which once again, because Jund kind of got neutered, hasn't seen too much play.
Sideboard though, for sure.
I mean, it's not even seen that much play in sideboards, but it is like the perfect sideboard card for one Rakdos, which is black or red, for a 2/2, and sacrifice Fulminator Mage, destroy target non-basic land. I mean,
I've seen it in
Land
sideboard like
hates a
a
thing.
decent amount.
and also Metalcraft is going to be a thing in this set, so they're reprinting
Definitely
Mox
pushing
Opal, which is a legendary artifact with Metalcraft. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Activate this ability only if you control 3 or more artifacts, and it's a 0-costing artifact.
Yeah, which is an absolute beast because that means on turn 1 you're going to be able to tap that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like every time they have that shit happen, so. They have that, and they have Etch
Why?
Champion.
Are they playing things like Ornithopter and being an artifact, or how are they playing that on turn 1 and using it?
Because,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
they
regular
play,
artifact.
they play an
Dark
artifact
Steel
land.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they play like an Ornithopter, and they use that one land to play, what's the artifact that you're able to tap an untapped creature?
Springleaf Drum.
Springleaf
Yeah.
Drum.
Okay.
That's already 3 artifacts. Then you play that, that's 4 artifacts. You can tap that, play a fucking 1/1 infect whatever, and then pass the turn. You already have fucking 5 artifacts.
Yeah, the blight, like what are the Blightwood or Blight Steel, whatever they're called.
Yeah, there's
the
like,
lands.
there's
Yeah.
like, I have
Inkmoth Nexus.
I
whatever it is.
proxied a,
Dark Steel Citadel.
yeah, I proxied one of the decks,
Affinity
and like
deck.
affinity decks, and like yeah, that thing is insanely explosive. Enough where like one of the cards, I think it's like a 5 mana draw 2 or something like that, but it has like affinity artifacts.
Yeah,
However
yeah.
many artifacts you have, then you can just like pay like 1 blue and draw like 2 or 3 cards off it. And so like on turn 1, sometimes you're able to draw 2 cards.
That's fun.
Like that's one of those things that the deck can just go off your hands.
It's actually a
empty.
lot of fun, that deck. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a pretty good time. I feel like it is,
Mhm.
even though it's like
Yeah,
kind of silly. It's not like once again, it's not like a combo where it's like I won. You
Yeah.
know, it's like there's a lot of things that need to happen, and it's kind of nice. Like, it's kind of funny.
Like, personally, I've only played with the affinity cards on the Duels of the Planeswalkers apps and stuff. Because like I said before, I enjoy playing that every now and then, just because. And they have some affinity stuff in there. It's like, man, this would in generalities, Affinity would be pretty fun to build a deck with Affinity built to it.
Probably one of my
Sounds
more
pretty
favorite
fun.
modern decks if I were to pick one now since Pod's banned.
Yeah. People listening are like, fuck you guys, this deck is stupid.
So speaking of stupid, they're reprinting Spellskite.
I love Spellskite.
Dude, I remember playing my fucking Boggles deck, I think against Ryke. I'm pretty sure it was you. And he had, and then he played Spellskite, and I'm like, okay, I'll pass the turn, but I'm pretty much going to concede. Like, Boggles is all about attaching auras to whatever, your creature, and I could not attach shit to my creature because he was redirected to attach
Spellskite,
to his creature. So, I was like, cool, I'm going to give your fucking Spellskite +2/+2, lifelink, and whatever, that's bullshit.
Because it's a 0/4 and for a Phyrexian mana, blue Phyrexian mana, change target spell or ability to Spellskite, can be paid with either a blue or 2 life.
Yeah, which is, I mean, like, of course, you can, avoid removal with it, you know what I mean? Like, just that simple, like, alright, I'll pay 2 life, and I'll save my biggest guy, or whatever.
Yep.
Something like that. But otherwise, like, Boggles, it just gets shut the fuck down, which sucks.
And also, another commander card is, I don't know if we talked about it, Iona Shield of Emria, or whatever. It's a legendary angel, 7/7, and it has flying, and when it enters the battlefield, choose a color. Your opponents can't cast spells of the chosen color.
Yeah, that's a fucking dickhead. You're a dick if you play that card.
Yeah, that's kind of
Even though that card is pretty badass.
I mean, it's cool, so these, I'm modern expert, but these aren't really modern played cards just because of mana cost.
tier 3 stuff.
Yeah, but it's cool
that's
that
that's a
expensive card right there.
yeah, it's expensive. That's like a commander style card.
it's cool that they're realized that these need to be reprinted, and so they're just throwing them in this set where commander players would like to get their hands on too, which is awesome.
You want to know what's really modern playable? Goblin Guys.
Goblin Guy is
Indeed.
actually
It's playable in every format.
very modern playable.
And
Dude, if I were gonna make a white weenie fucking mono white commander deck, I'd probably use Elish Norn.
yeah,
Because that seems pretty intense right there. Pump all your dudes, make all their dudes smaller, if not wipe their boards.
I don't.
You can get there, but yeah,
Of course,
I get it.
yeah, but I mean,
I'm just
in general, if I were to make a white weenie deck, which is not something I'm into, I would probably choose her just because it sounds fun.
Yeah, it's good.
and also the last card we'll talk about is, I think we talked about them all, Tezzeret the Seeker for 3 blue for a 4 loyalty planeswalker. +1 is untap up to 2 target artifacts. -X is search your library for an artifact card with converted mana cost X or less and put it in play. Shuffle your library. And -5 is artifacts you control become 5/5 artifact creatures until end of turn.
On a turn, that's not good enough for an ultimate.
But the ultimate is -5, and this is a 4 loyalty.
Yeah.
That's true.
So you just do it right away.
By turn 5, you're gonna have, if you're playing like that artifact, low casting cost artifact deck, you're gonna have a lot of artifact lands, a lot of low casting cost artifacts, so you just have like an army.
Also, you can -0 for a lot of artifacts, which is kind of cool.
Alright, you guys sufficiently proved me wrong.
I'm going to go back up. I'm going to go back on what I just said. That card's not very good.
I'm so excited to see all these cards in one set right now. Just fucking all these modern
Yeah,
cards.
I can't-
There's like a lot
I
of
love
staple
it.
names that I've heard of already. Just
I want to
22
see
being spoiled.
I love
It's
it.
pretty
Kitchen
cool.
Finks again, and all this other stuff come about and just become cheaper and more attainable. I mean, fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and buy some goddamn Modern Masters. I don't care. Yeah, it's going to happen.
I'll probably buy
What
like
happens?
1 box and then regret it when I don't pull anything great.
It's an expensive box.
Immediately.
Fuck it, man. It's going to be fun. It's like it's the way to get in.
Yeah,
Who wants to go halvesies on one?
yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
we should actually, just buy a box and then draft it because it's perfect. We could draft it twice because it's 24 packs, so
Yeah.
the 4 of us could draft it twice.
That sounds great.
If we ever
And
get
keep
around
it,
to
yeah.
fucking drafting.
Then that actually be really good because we get to keep what we pull.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we're still getting the value out of it, but then we get to play too.
Pack 3, I'm in mono black. Fuck you, I'm taking Tarmogoyf.
Dude, I can only imagine if, What if you find like a Tarmogoyf and a foil Tarmogoyf? Could you just okay, I'm going out.
Yeah. Walk away from the draft.
All right,
and we're done.
see you from the game. Later, guys.
Oh god.
Yeah,
I think that's really all the Modern Masters stuff we got to talk about.
The other thing that we have is a Star City Open standard event in Cleveland. It happened on the 25th. And I can pretty much run down the top 8 if you guys want me to. What do you guys
Yeah, why
think
don't
about
you crack that top 8 wide open?
We have...
Fucking Heroic is
I know.
back.
I know.
Heroic
is
is
never
back.
gone.
I'm so tired of that.
Heroic will never die.
I don't give a shit
Do we
about
all-
it, man.
What do they say? Heroes never die.
You just live long enough to see themselves turn into villains.
No,
Is that what you're going for?
No.
The Dark Knight quote?
No.
That was more like Sandlot, I think.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time. That was not Sandlot.
There's Sex in the City.
It was Six in the City, I'm sorry.
Alright, so yeah, the top, first place was Ross Merriam with a Bant Heroic deck. And basically it's like the standard deck we've seen, which is like the Blue-White Heroic. Blue-White Heroic, but it has Dramoka's Command added in. And what else?
Which is fucking crazy for the deck. Go ahead and I forget what all the modes are on Dramoka's Command.
Dramoka's Command is prevent all damage dealt by an instant or sorcery this turn. Then there is target player like sacrifices an enchantment,
Which is pretty important these days.
Courser, Crewfix, and just enchantments in general. Target creature gets +1/+1 counter, and target creature you control fights a target creature you do not control.
So those last two, the targets, are pretty fucking awesome because, they throw a Boon Satyr up on something. You have them fight, sacrifice an artifact and then fight. So
Sacrifice an enchantment.
Oh, that's what I meant. Sacrifice an enchantment and then have it fight. Your heroic guy gets a +1/+1. Oh my god.
Stop. Get the fuck out of here.
Sorry, guys, sorry.
Your
Go
heroic.
ahead,
They have dog toys. I'm gonna put this shit on the fucking roof.
Your guy gets a counter and you get to kill the dude. I don't know. It's just like for
it
2
is-
mana, it's a lot of value.
It's exactly what you say. It's like, can you get that thing out of his fucking mouth? He's a shit dog. The most common thing I've seen is like, it's Elfish Mystic into Courser Crewfix, right? So they sacrifice Courser Crewfix and then you use your guy to fight against Elfish Mystic. And so their board is wiped out for 2 mana, you wipe their board, and then you just attack after that. So like you do all that pre-combat. They had 2 blockers ready and now they have nothing. So that's what I've really seen, and that sets them back a ton. And now they're left on 3 mana on turn 3, not fucking 4 or 5 mana plus life gain plus a 2/4 blocker and all this nonsense. So otherwise the list is like literally the same.
Laguna Band Trailblazer. That's pretty funny that it's in here.
That's been there though.
Well, it's been hit or miss either direction.
But it's basically
I just watched it. The one guy grew it to like a 4/8, and it was just unstoppable against what he was facing. It was like stupid.
It's Tom Ross list basically. That's what this is.
What'd you just say to me?
What's that? It's a Tom Ross list.
Oh, I heard like Tomolopolis or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck did you just say?
It's a Snuffleupagus.
So second place we have Brad Fallen. He be
that guy.
He be Fallen.
I don't know who that is.
He's playing a red-green mid-range deck with, once again, like, it's different, but it's the same creatures we've seen the past few weeks. Thunderbreak Regent, Sylvan Caryatid, Stormbreath, Elfish Mystic, Dragon Lord Atarka is a 2-of, Den Protector is a 1-of, Courser, and then 2 Ash Cloud Phoenix. The rest of them, what I mentioned, are full play sets. And then we have 3 Xenaghost Reveler, 2 Crater's Claws, 4 Draconic Roar, and 2 Roasts. So basically it's a lot of dragons, so Draconic Roar totally makes sense as a 4-of. Crater's Claws, you got ramp. You got a little bit of stuff going on there. Plus, when you have the ramp, like Lightning Strike doesn't cut it sometimes. Like your instant speed stuff is a Draconic Roar. You don't need to throw in other instant speed removal necessarily. Crater's Claws and Roast are going to be totally fine to fill that gap for just being more powerful for being sorcery speed. Anyways, it's pretty standard. The sideboard has like Hornet's Nest in it, which is pretty sick. 1 Plummet because of dragons.
Flyers.
Nissa Worldwaker for control, I'm guessing. Arbor Colossus because of flyers. Anger of the Gods because of little fucking aggressive ass shit. And, what is this fucking thing? Seismic Rupture deals 2 damage to each creature without flying for 3 mana. So, same kind of thing. It's just
Is that artwork from this set? 'Cause I don't recognize that card at all.
Yeah, that's exactly from this set.
Huh.
Yeah, it's from Dragon's Truck here. So this is the same kind of thing as an Anger of the Gods. So you can just use that to wipe out other little shit.
How much is Thunderbreak region up to now?
Thunderbreak region is, I'm going to guess, 850. 950 for mid.
Yeah, it's still kind of high.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. I mean, it's pretty standard. I like the list, though. I'm not going to say I don't like the list. Moving on, we have third place, which is an Abzan aggro deck, which we also see in 8th place. It's also very standard. I see Wingmate Rock is back. I haven't seen that shit in like 4 months probably or something
Well,
like
it's
that.
just too good to get in the mirror, and there's so much Abzan running around, and that card is just, that's like the mirror winner as far as Abzan's concerned.
Yeah, I think it's really good too. And then Dramoka's Command is in this thing as a 3 of, which is fucking awesome. Otherwise, it's pretty standard affair as far as creatures. It's just that he just mixes up the quantity of creature and spells. Woo! Yeah, what do you think about that? So,
That's just the soul leaving the body.
yeah.
God.
Stupid.
That's why I don't say bless you.
This
Because that's
guy.
how it really fucking started. That's why I said bless
So
you.
it's funny on this MTG Top 8 site. It has, basically it has
The wrong list.
It has him twice, Kyle Bogemis, and then Kyle Bogemis for 3rd and 4th. And then,
What the fuck?
And then also Esper Dragons is in 3rd and 4th, which
Is 4th.
is 4th.
It's funny how they do that because it
Are you
is
on the
just
Magic
4th.
site?
I don't what?
MTG Top 8. That's what he's
See,
on.
I'm like wondering, like, we already had the real list, so what bad side are you looking at? So I was reading a little article today that, unfortunately, I no longer have my STG premium account, so I wasn't able to finish the whole article. But Patrick Chapin was writing about a deck that I believe he said him and some other people are going to be playing this weekend at STG Portland. And it's going to be a mono blue base, but it's going to be 5-color dragons.
No, they have that already out.
Well, yeah, well, people have been playing a little bit, so he thinks it's going to be
Yeah.
a big thing at Portland.
Yeah,
because of all the
it
other
seems
shit running around.
really strong. They
It's
say
all about counter spells and game to late game, not letting them do anything, and then dropping dragons.
Yeah, so they say it's mono blue because it is for all the shell and spells, but it has 4 of the Dragon Crucible whatever land, you know, the one that
brings dragons back from the graveyard.
brings dragons back and all that shit, and then taps for any color mana as long as it's a dragon or whatever, or ability or blah blah blah. And then they also play 4 of the Haven of the Spirit Dragon. Oh no, so it's flipped up. It's the Haven is the new one, and the other one is the old one. But anyways, they're playing the one that you can pay 1 and tap it, and you put a counter on the land, and then whenever you want to use those counters, you can use them for dragon spells or dragon
any
abilities.
color you choose, as long as it's
Exactly.
a dragon.
So that's the thing, is that you play 8 of those lands to provide the extra mana to cast your Dramoka Dragon Lord or your
Tarka,
Slumgar, and then you have 3 Ice Breaker.
Ice Spell Region.
Ice Spell Region, whatever the fuck it is.
Is Thunderbreak in there?
Thunderbreak is not in there.
Okay.
It's too fast.
So I'm pretty sure. So yeah, you have, that's what the thing is, that it's mono blue because really all the lands are all blue except for these
It's got to be playing Mana Confluence in there, too.
I don't know if it is or not, to be honest. But I can check it out later, but we'll see. But you're going to be seeing it in the next couple weeks because it does seem pretty powerful that it's a control deck that uses all the best shit, and because it has lots of dragons, you're able to use that Selmgar Scorn and all that other fun stuff. The problem is I really like that Foul-Tongued Invocation or whatever, which is, it seems really, really strong with the dragons. You know, like gaining 4 life and they sacrifice a creature, like, that's pretty fucking strong. I know, like, you can side it out for, like, the strategies of, like, tokens and fast stuff, but everything else, like, your removals and counters will get it to where you're going to keep, like, 1 creature on the board or whatever. That's what it feels like a lot of times. And if they have multiple creatures on the board anyways, you're probably just going to fucking lose if you can't, board wipe or something like that anyways, so. I feel like it's a very strong card, and I've seen a lot of people fall to like 2 life, and then they gain the 4, and then they gain 4 again, and now they're up to fucking 10, and like that 10 life allows them to just finish the game.
Yeah,
like they're able to bring
not
out the
overcomable.
bring out the Planeswalker, have 10 life to work with, they finish the game off. Like no problem. Even though like they're at 10 life, their opponent's at 32, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited to see this deck, personally. I think it sounds fun to me. Like, sit there and not do anything and then just drop dragons. I don't know. It just sounds interesting as far as the power levels of what it is. If it can actually work or not.
I've never seen someone play a Dramoka yet, and I want to see that. I think that's like
I definitely think it's not that good compared to the other
You're
Dragon Lords.
right.
I mean, getting to put it back on top of your library, yeah, as a dick.
No, not that one.
No?
No, the one that can't be countered, has lifelink, and is a 5/7.
Okay, I'm thinking of the 6/7.
That's the
Dromoka?
That's the Dromoka one, but that's the rare.
That's the rare
This is the
set.
mythic
Okay,
one. This is the Dragon Lord.
Gotcha.
So it's a 5/7, can't be countered, and opponents cannot place spells on your turn.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like it's a very powerful card. I think that, like, for sideboard, I'd throw like 2 of those bitches into any sideboard that was playing dragons, or in those colors, but I haven't seen nothing about it, and I feel like against fucking decks that want to counter your shit, blue-black control and all this other dragon control stuff, like, why not have a dragon that can gain you fucking life and help you survive, can't be countered, and then they can't play their anticipate, their dig through time, and all that other nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's fucking badass.
Indeed. What do you have to say about that, Ryke?
Yeah, Ryke.
Cuban B.
Talk, Ryke. Talk it up.
I hate standard. That's all.
I just hate Magic.
I was actually just looking at the SCG Premier IQ in Cleveland, the modern side of it, and a multi-mid-range deck.
Multi-sid-range.
Yes, took it down, and this is just a crazy fucking list. 4 Tarmogoyf, 3 Snapcaster, 2 Tasigur, 1 Click, 1 Thragtusk. Bro!
Gotta gain that life, son.
Halo,
Arrow's
4
like
Serum Vision, 4 Inquisition of Kozilek, 3 Abrupt Decay, 3 Mana Leak, 2 Cryptic Command, 2 Damnation, 1 Golgari Charm, 1 Thoughtseize, 1 Maelstrom Pulse, and 1 Compulsive Research, 2 Ashiok, and 1 Jace Architect of Thought. I don't know, that's just...
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, it's a very eclectic list, and it's very controlling.
Very controlling.
And it's just cool to see, like, a quote-unquote, it's called mid-range, but it's, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of control to it, so, I don't know, that's just cool to see, like, Thragtusk and just this kind of mishmash of good cards.
It's got 11 creatures, so they probably just can't call it control, even though I see what you're saying completely. But I feel like you almost can't say it, because Abzan mid-range looks like this list too, where it has those same number of instants and sorceries, same number of planeswalkers, and yeah, probably 12 creatures in a normal Abzan mid-range kind of control list.
That's why they keep calling Abzan mid-range, but now they call it Abzan control. Really?
Yeah, it's like
this or that. It is what it is.
4 Siege Rhino, like 3 fucking Courser of Crufix, and 1 Tassiger or something like that usually, and then they have just the rest of it be like Elspeth, fucking Ajani, and all the shit
Removal.
that destroys everything.
It really depends on what site you look at, because you were just saying, this aggro list, and on this site I was looking at, it was like called it a mid-range list. So, I mean, there's no like real cut and dry title for a lot of these decks, because, like you said, they do run a lot of mid-range creatures, and they do have a lot of control issues with them. But we're gonna bring back a segment that we haven't done in a while.
I like this one.
Called "How Not to Be a Dick." I just love saying that. So we're gonna talk about everybody has this person in their group of friends, or
you calling me out right now? Is this what's going on?
Or
Sorry,
this is an intervention. We're not even recording right now.
If you're going to do a whole 2.5 hour show just to give you a 5-minute intervention.
Yeah. So a lot of people have this person either at work or somewhere. And this is, I mean...
Or very close to them.
Yeah.
Maybe even in the same room.
And I'm going to be talking about...
I never liked you, right?
I'm going to be talking about 2 different types of people, but most often they are the same person. And we're going to be talking about one-uppers and the know-it-alls.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Count it.
Take it away, sir.
So let's talk about the one-upper first, because I've known a bunch of these people in my life, and it's like, oh well.
Just stop looking at me.
I don't know what you have against one-ups, man. I love that Mario.
So it's like, I'll start telling a story about, this one time, it was a crazy night, we drank some beers and smoked some pot and blah, blah, blah. And then, this guy will have to come in with, oh yeah, well one time I took 17 drops of acid in my eyeball, and then I fucking shoved 20 pills of ecstasy up my ass.
And then fucked 4 girls.
Yeah, and then the cops pulled me over, they gave me a high five. And then,
I'm surprised you're still alive.
yeah. And it's just like people like that to where, obviously, like, more often than not, they're lying or they have such like low self-esteem that they have to embellish their stories or make up stories, or the whole reason they're one-upping you is because of something that's not satisfying, like, in their life.
Tiny wiener.
No, seriously, I've heard someone say this. I don't know if it was in person or what, but it's like, when you hear someone talk about themselves and tell you what they're good at, you know now what they're bad at.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I've heard that before. That makes a lot of sense, though. I haven't heard that statement, but that's a good one. I like that quote. That's good.
I mean, like, people that understand certain topics or whatever else, like, they're usually pretty modest, because, like, they're just confident in what they know. They don't need to show off. It's like, if you got a question, like, the motherfucker got it, so they don't need to have that kind of like, oh, no, ask me anything, or this, and whatever it is, I can do this. Oh, yeah, dude, I got that.
But I am a grandmaster laser taggist. So you can ask me anything about that.
That actually works in a physical way, too. Like, I've always been a very large guy. I'm very broad-shouldered. I'm, strong overall. I'm not trying to pump myself up, but I'm just saying in generalities.
There we go. Here we go. This is the guy right here.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make a physical, basic description going from that. I've always been, even from a young age, a lot taller than a lot of people. So, throughout my entire life, there's always that little short fuck who thinks he has something to prove to his friends or to himself or whatever, who wants to try to fight me. And, like, talking about, just the modesty of knowing something, not how to prove it, it goes in a physical manner, too. Like, I don't have any reason to fight these guys that try to do that to me because I know it's going to go bad for them, and I don't have any reason and, like, savage mentality in my head that I have to just fuck somebody up just cause. So, what you're saying works in a physical manner, too. Of just, you know, you don't have anything to prove.
And, also there's the know-it-all to where there's this guy who I'm familiar with who, I don't watch, what's that stupid show with Sheldon?
Big Bang Theory.
So I don't watch the Big Bang Theory. Every once in a while my girlfriend will have it on.
God.
I kind of do watch it every once in a while because she'll have it on.
No, sir.
But, he, whenever anybody says anything, he, like, tells the history of it or, like, why.
For Big Bang Theory?
Yeah. So, like, if you mention,
the
like...
show or the actual theory?
Well, he's talking
I'm talking about the show.
Not just the theory, but
he's talking about the person.
I'm talking about Sheldon, the person.
In the show,
in the show.
Okay.
So what he does is you mentioned something about shoes, and he'll tell you, oh, well, they were invented in blah, 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 and the first ones were actually clogs, and clog is a euphemism for the German word, which comes from the Latin term, and you're like, whoa, I don't, why are you telling me this? I don't care, and I'm telling you about my cool Star Wars shoes, like, shut the fuck up. But also, anything you talk about, like, they are the expert, and they'll tell you why what you think or what you said is wrong, and why, if you only knew what I knew, then, you'd see it my way. And
they're trying to portray that shit as, like, undisputable fact. Like, they're like, when I get done with talking, like, you can't even say anything because what I just spit out was, like, just so perfect, That's just the end of the conversation right there, buddy.
Right.
It's the same guy you can't have a debate with in anything that you feel. Like, when you talk to somebody, you want to be able to say what your side of the point is, but a real good conversation is being able to understand and hear their point and have a discussion on the topic. That's that same guy you can't see your point in any facet of the point and never gives it a second thought of what you're saying may be the better version of what you're talking about.
And it's especially bad when you're talking about something that's like subjective. Mm-hmm. Where, like, whether it's movies or video games or whatever.
No,
or even,
I know what's best.
Or even, like, in, if we refer this back to Magic, play style or deck choice and stuff like that, where somebody's like, oh no, just control's the best. Like, why would you play Burn? I'm like,
what an idiot.
Right. I remember when I first started playing Magic, and I played Burn, and It's like, wow.
Well, I've heard people like playing in the Friday Night Magic or like pre-release setting or whatever, where they just be like, yeah, that's just not a good card. I don't know why you played that because there's other choices that are much better. And I'm like, the fuck are you talking about?
You said that to me about that 1/1 flyer from Fate Reforged.
I will absolutely tell you that you guys should not play a 1/1 flyer.
For one? I played 2 of those that thing, and I fucking went 3-1 on my fucking pre-release. And that thing kicked ass.
Absolutely, and you go right ahead. It's totally fine. My opinion on that: don't let friends play Ornithopter or 1/1 flyers. Right?
Well, it's like slightly different when it's us. It's a close group of friends. You're like, wow, dude, like that card's like, we're not gonna take offense, but like when it's like somebody that's an acquaintance, or if it's Friday Night Magic where you don't know the person, and they're like, you play that card? I mean,
what an idiot!
Like, what do you do with it? Like, do you just like,
what does it do?
Do you just rip it up and throw it at their face and give them paper cuts? Is that how you win? Like, I remember at one of my first tournaments, somebody who wasn't even in the tournament, just the kind of dickhead of the shop, breathing out of his mouth, came over.
Hey, I breathe out my mouth.
Hey, I'm a mouth breather too, damn it.
I hope you can breathe out of your mouth. So he just kind of like looked over the sea of tables and was like, what is this, amateur day? There's no play mats, or like something like that. And I was like, wow, really? Like, for no reason.
First of all, yes, I am an amateur.
Second of all, what does it affect you? What's the point of making that comment?
Yeah, but I just...
And thirdly, and lastly, suck my cock.
I just feel like the reason those type of people do those type of things to where they have to one-up you or make up a story, or particularly, there's this one guy at work... I really hope they don't listen to this.
Is it one of the mentally challenged ones?
No, it is not one of the mentally challenged
Throw it
ones.
out there. Ask
Thank
the
you
question.
for asking. They don't need to make stuff up because they're awesome. But there's this guy.
You try to get some karma back with that comment.
There's this guy at work, and he just like makes up stories all the time, and it's like once. Okay, so he'll be like,
Raheem, he's talking about you, dude.
So, you'll be talking about whatever, and he's like, oh yeah, well, when I went down to Florida, I went alligator hunting, and I took my AK-47 out there, and, just by myself, and it's like, no, you didn't. You did not do that. Oh yeah, well my dad gave me like this, 57 Magnum, when I was 4 years old, and no, you did not have a deuce in the dice, okay? That is not.
No, but you did make deuce in the dice.
Oh, there were some deuces.
You got confused with the deuce dice.
Yeah, and like, so for me, it's like, I really just want to call these people out, but social, etiquette does not, and I'm like very non-confrontational anyways, so it's very hard for me to be like, no, you are full of shit. You did not you're telling me these stories about how you were jumping out of planes and you did this and that. It's like, why the fuck are you working at this shitty store in this shit town why are you here? Like, what went wrong in your life that led you to sitting and smoking a cigarette with me on break at this fucking shitty store?
He already spent his $1 million and all the plane trips and the jumpings and the Florida and the AK.
Shit ain't cheap.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, it's just like, it's not so much like, don't be that person, because if you're that person, obviously, you're trying to trick yourself into thinking these awesome things more than you're trying to trick other people, just because of self-esteem issues or whatever. So it's okay, if you're not very well versed in the world, and you just sit around and play Magic, it's okay, just embrace it. You don't have to.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not okay to tell a bunch of bullshit stories that everybody knows you're lying about, because nobody likes being around that person.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone...
It does the opposite effect. That's the problem. They don't realize that, but it does the opposite effect.
And just to let you know, everybody talks about you once you walk away. Everyone gives each other that look oh man, that guy's full of shit.
Exactly. Right when the guy looks away while he's telling the story, and it gives the chance for the other two guys to look at each other and go Jesus Christ. with their eyes. Oh my God, this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Who
just
hasn't wrestled a shark?
I do. Well, we know you haven't. You're afraid of sharks.
Yeah, fuck sharks, man.
I don't know if I told you guys this. I went out to dinner with a friend that's he's from out of town, and we hung out a lot in high school. He moved to like Hawaii for the Navy, and he moved to like fucking Washington. He moved all over the place for the Navy.
Is this the video game?
Guy? Did I tell you about this guy?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, yeah. I don't tell on the cast or not.
No, you didn't. I haven't heard it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
go ahead.
So this fucking guy.
That's always a good start.
Let me start off with this. So first of all, this guy is like, I can tell he's kind of like
It's a friend of your friend, right?
yeah, a friend of my friend. He reminds me of the neighbor I don't like so much. We all don't like so much. He's in the way. He's in the way of this guy, and he's just kind of a little undermining little dickhead, you know. And so, anyways, I'm talking about video games with my friend that from Hawaii and all that shit. You know, the reason I'm actually there at the dinner. And I'm talking to him about video games, and we're talking about like Battlefield and like some other shit, whatever we're into, you know. And then I brought up Destiny, and this guy like basically goes across the table from me and just like butts in, and he's like, "Yeah, that game is fucking terrible," you know. He's like, "Man, those games are they're just awful." And I'm like, yeah, they got like their problems, you know, but like, no, it's pretty enjoyable. I do enjoy it or whatever. And so he's like, he said now all these like AAA games, all these like big Activision type companies, you know, they just make shit. They just don't understand the customer. They just fucking make garbage. And I'm like, well, I mean, like they get a lot. They make some stuff. They make some bad choices. But I'm like, I'm pretty sure that like not everything. He's like, well, give me examples of stuff you play, dude. And I'm like, all right, I'll give you some examples. So I just listened some stuff, and I went back to Destiny. I'm like, yeah, I'm playing Destiny too. He's like, oh, so like you like to just turn the Xbox on, grab the controller, boom, 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 explosion, and then just that's what you get off on. And I'm like,
What the fuck?
yeah, and I'm like, that's what he said. He said it in this like loud, you know, like hand motion, you know, down, you know, demeaning way.
Condescending.
Yeah, condescending.
And trying to kind of making a scene out of it.
Yeah. Like he said it in a way that would obviously to anyone on the outside show that like I am the lesser player. Like I don't understand video games. You know what I mean?
Being very disrespectful.
Yeah, totally. He's just like, oh, you just like to pick up the controller and just fucking guns, explosions. Oh, everyone's dead. Oh, that's what you like to do? Like the fuck are you talking about? Like, did you really just say it to somebody? Anybody? Like who the fuck says that? And so, I mean, like, I'm no expert on video games, but, I care about video games. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I look at, Kotaku. And anyways, I just do what a normal gamer does. You know, I'm interested in the community. I'm interested in what the, developers and all publishers are doing. And
like
I want to know about it, you know?
You keep up to date on, like, video game news and stuff. Like, when you talk about stuff, and you're not talking down to me when you talk about it,
when you're not.
On the rare occasion, you're not talking down to me.
Selective days.
That you're not talking down, not when. You're not talking down, but you like give a lot of information that I don't know about like companies, and it's almost like behind the scenes stuff where I'm like, how the fuck do you like know all this stuff? But you're not saying it like in a very demeaning way. It's more like, oh wow, I didn't know that. Cool.
It's all just like totally available. It's just if you want to, you know, everyone spends their time doing something, and that's what I spend my time.
I agree with him. Like you definitely you made it kind of like how I'm not an expert on video games. Well, I would say you know more than the average gamer about publishers and things that are actually going on behind the scenes things and information about games. Like you spend more time looking at some of those articles.
Yeah, that's all it boils down to is what do you spend time doing in the day. It's not like anyone has like it doesn't like let's say this like this is kind of a broad thing, but like when I want to this sounds like a stoner conversation. It's like but it's like it brings it down to like what is intelligence. And it's like, just because I know a lot of like facts and like memorize things I've read off the internet, does that really make me seem like a smart person? It's like, no. I just like read things, kept them on my memory, and repeat them back to you guys. Like they'd be like, "Oh man, you're so smart." Not saying that you guys say that. I'm just saying that like about a lot
I would
of
never say that.
well, exactly. But with anybody though, when they have these certain topics they know a lot about, it's like, "Oh man, you know so much about it." It's like, yeah, just because I spend time doing this and you spend time doing this. That's all it really boils down to.
I just read what these other people said.
Yeah, I didn't have to come up with any of those ideas, you know, or whatever.
Half of the magic knowledge is because I read other people's articles and listen to other people's podcasts, and then I just take my slight twist on it and then just regurgitate it on this podcast.
And that's life.
Yeah, it's not that I'm stealing their content and claiming it as my own. because I have my own twist on it.
You have your own opinion on the matter.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not like I'm a genius on magic. It's just that's kind of how everyone gathers knowledge on things.
To bring it back, like when this guy said that, I'm like, all right, I'm like, hey dude, why don't you say what you want to say? You know, like let it all out right now because like I'm in a spot of like I don't really care what the fuck's going on with you, but like let's hear your side of it and I will spit off what I know to agree or disagree or whatever. And he said a couple things about what he likes, and he likes he cannot appreciate like first person shooters and all this stuff because he feels like developers and publishers have like taken a bad turn and are very money hungry and all this stuff. And he says he's only into like RPGs and indie games, and that's like all it is. I'm like, so my rebuttal, you know, my not so expert rebuttal, I'm just like saying like, hey, listen, we're in a perfect age for that. Like indie developers have never been stronger. People are speaking with their dollars, and like Call of Duty has fallen off, you know, X% over last year. Like, you know, like these publishers and developers like recognize that people are looking for diversity, like they can't just regurgitate the same games over and over again. And, you know, when they make DLC that like sucks and costs $30, and when they bring out a new game and then on day one there's a $5 DLC and it downloads like 5 kilobytes because it's already on the disc, like those are problems with like publishers trying to get money from you. Okay, I get it. Like, obviously, they're in it to make money and they're making fucking bad choices. Like, I get that. But like, to say that AAA games are like terrible, like, you can have the opinion you want, but like, they're not terrible. Like, there's great development. Like, imagine there's like 300 people that are like dedicated, working their ass off for fucking 2 years, and then when the game comes out, you're gonna be like, this is a piece of shit. It's like, those guys spent 2 years of their lives, like, just developing, do the best they could, you know what I mean?
And then, then they'll automatically say it's a piece of shit just because a big company made it.
Yeah,
it's not a fair shot.
A lot of it is what he was saying.
Well, a lot of shit gets put out there, sure, from big companies to try to make the buck on it, but there is still obviously a lot of good games he makes. Otherwise, those companies would fail.
Yeah,
it's like very hipstery, or like
totally hipster.
And before the hipsters, it was like the punks, you know, like, well, I don't like Blink-182 because XYZ, they're on MTV and blah blah blah. It's like, well, you know,
do they make good music or do they not make good music? Because that's what you should base it on.
Yeah, like I don't care if they're on MTV. A lot of their new stuff sucks, but I really like that one album they put out.
That Dude Ranch or whatever.
Yeah, Dude Ranch was actually a fucking awesome album, and like the album before that was alright, Cheshire Cat or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like the same thing with video games or whatever. Like, I know there's. I don't want to sound judgmental, but there are like mindless people out there who just kind of consume whatever people throw at them.
Right.
So like, there's people who just play Call of Duty and just, you know.
And that's great.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Totally fine. Like, dude, like, people, especially like guys in the military or something like that. It's a very general thing too. It's kind of stereotypical, but like, really, like, a lot of those guys, like, they're not really gamers, but they need to like kill time overseas. What are they gonna fucking do? They're gonna play some fucking war games, and they're not gamers. They're gonna do other things, but when they're with all their buddies, and one guy wants to play this game, he's like, fuck it, I'll get on it, and they're gonna go ahead and play, you know, mindlessly for 8 hours straight Call of Duty or Battlefield or whatever, and have a great fucking time.
Right.
Even though you're right, like, even though like, that game has its flaws, and that game is like regurgitated, and all kinds of bad things about it, I get it, whatever, but there are plenty of titles, more titles than ever, more crowdfunding than ever, more anything than ever for all these indie games and all these other RPG, all the Telltale shit, you know, every genre you can imagine. Even if like you felt like it was kind of dry in one genre, you can go onto like Kickstarter or Indiegogo or whatever and be like, hey, I want to create a game for this genre because I feel like it's kind of lacking. And there's going to be 50,000 people that totally agree with you that this game has not been out for 2 years, this kind of game, and they're going to fund the shit out of you and they're going to make the game happen. And it's not saying that you personally would do it, but I mean, people out there have that idea, and guess what? People agree and it happens. So like, indie developers, like, this guy is saying this thing about indie, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine, because like, indie is number one right now. Like, that's like, people like love spending money on that shit with Steam and the Greenlight program and all this other stuff. Like, it's the perfect time. So like, to say that like everything else out there is like fucking garbage and there's no room for whatever, it's like, dude, there's room for everything. Like, you gotta just, you like what you like is fine. And if you have problems with publishers, like, I get it, but it's basically always the publisher.
Yeah, the developers have no say in how
developers, yeah, they want to do what's right for the fucking gamer.
Yeah.
But publishers are like, well, we have to fucking make money.
Yeah, like, you have a deadline, like, it's today.
Yeah.
I don't care if
that's the problem.
Just ship it out.
But either way, all I'm saying is that's one of those dickhead things. Like, people need to just accept, not just video games, but like everything. There's just room for everyone, you know what I mean? Yeah. And people can have all the different opinions, but like, don't talk down to somebody because they're into one thing and you're not into it. That's fucking stupid.
I agree with you on the video game front of what you're saying about people just getting a simple game that doesn't have any mindlessness and that. I disagree when it comes to music. Because there's so much shit out there, and I'm going to go in particular rap type situations that is so disrespectful to women that it makes no sense to me that you're going to mindlessly listen to someone that says, oh, I'm going to have my sweat drip off my balls on your fucking face while you're crawling on the ground. And for women to dance around to that, that's something that you need to open your mind about and realize this is just downgrading to me. I shouldn't be shaking my ass to this. That kind of thing is something that I don't agree that it should be mass marketed to the maggots of the masses who are too stupid to think for themselves. That kind of situation of having respect for yourself or having respect for women in general, to sit there and lyrics like that, and then they just sit there and go with it. It just makes no sense to me that's what's pumped through the radio.
You're right.
That's what's pumped in people's heads.
It doesn't make a lot of sense, but they just don't care. That's the thing. They don't hear it as that. They just hear it as a song. They don't take it to heart, you know? Which I agree. Like, I mean, those lyrics are fucking terrible, and they are taking us back fucking 60 years a lot of times. Like, this shit is awful, but...
Like, I just started watching Boardwalk Empire this week, and even back in the 20s, and all was like flapper music and things like that, there's so much, like, music even then that was same kind of stuff of just talking about how women are so stupid and that's why they're good in bed and things like that. It's like, that is the same thing that's happening today, just with a faster beat. I don't understand it.
We actually just pretty heavily made fun of women like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, but I mean...
Just saying.
Well, we all, that's a joke and it's a joke. We all respect women and that's very obvious. We're actually all good people.
So, yeah, three out of 4.
Okay, well, I guess I respect women, you fucks.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 men in this room respect women.
3 out of 4.
Dentists.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I get what you're saying, and, I mean... I don't want to go off like a huge tangent on this, but the only thing I don't like is when like there's videos on YouTube of like 2-year-old girls like
twerking.
Yeah, twerking or like shaking their ass, and their parents are like, "Oh yeah, that's great, keep doing it." And it's like, you are just like
making a little whore.
You're breeding an idiot right now. Like, what is the?
Hey, the world needs strippers.
And
thank you, Ryke.
That's the title of the episode right there. That is coined it right there.
Probably a good time to end too.
Yeah, I mean, you're not good for much, Ryke, but you are good for episode.
For one-liners.
Episode world needs strippers. Episode 36.
That is it, and that's a good time to wrap it up. So, yeah. I don't even
can't beat that.
I mean, it's hard to just cut dry right there. That was good. But thanks for listening in, guys. Please go on Reddit and YouTube and leave us negative comments. And if you do happen to like us, I mean, I guess tweet at us and say, "Hey, good job, guys."
Throw a nice comment in the world.
Yeah, pat on the back. But really, I'd say as many episodes as possible. I really wish that all of our comments could just be like, "Hey guys, go fuck yourselves." That's what I want to see. That I just want to see everyone just say, "Little Lance could kill, go fuck yourselves." Night City, go fuck yourself. Like that's why I love.
Every time we see one of those, we laugh our asses off and think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I just like that. I want to hear people say it.
Right before we started recording. Hot Sauce just rehashed some of the negative comments we got on YouTube and Reddit, and I just thought they were really funny.
Like, obviously, this show is not for you if you're looking for cut and dry, magic only. Like you talked about in the beginning of the episode here, the judge cast situations of very straightforward. Like this is,
and also we're like totally like immature and like
it's like we're all like fucking 30 basically, and we're like act like we're 17.
No,
and that's the way I want it to be forever.
That's
staying young, baby.
That's totally fine with me. I will tell dick jokes till the day I die and whatever.
With that dick in your 2,000 and your throat.
Those are the fucking kind of type of listeners we want. So, anyways, obviously, if you're listening to us for the first time, it'll probably be the last time. But
or you can be our kind of person and like our show.
Yeah, exactly. And if we are your type of person, we'll send you a foil brain maggot or fucking...
No. Wasn't that honey badger?
No, the honey badger.
Honey badger or the eye gouge.
We gotta talk to the proxy guy.
But yeah, thanks for listening in. If you're heading out to GP Vegas, go ahead and drop us a line, because we're gonna, me and Sauce are gonna be heading out there ourselves, and we're just super interested to meet everybody we can and just shake all the hands and kiss all the babies and all that stuff.
I'm so jealous, you guys. I wish it wasn't my son's birthday.
That's what you can do, man. I'll touch your dick too if you show up, man.
You already owe me one dick
Anyone that
touch.
shows up, I mean, not in the pants, but through the pants, I'll totally touch your dick. Why not?
Oh yeah, dude, he will.
Now you're thrown out to the people, huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're a filthy whore.
I'm a whore.
All about those ratings.
But go ahead and check out. He does it for the ratings. Go ahead and check out all the links in the show notes for all of our Twitter stuff if you want to get a hold of us. And thanks for listening. This has been episode 36 of If Lands Could Kill. I'm Knifecity.
This is Ryke.
Samhain Crow.
Hot sauce.
And we'll catch you guys next time.
And you better play more Den Protector.
Close.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to edit so much out. When I watch porn, if it's uncircumcised, I change it. Like I don't want to. It's not like I'm closed out. It's just.
You sound like a woman. That's fine.
So like when you're watching porn, you try and imagine yourself in the guy's shoes. But when it's like a big black dick or like uncircumcised, you like my forearm waving. Big forearm. Or when it's uncircumcised, I can't imagine my average cut penis.
With your big dick slit.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part of porn.
Yeah.
Finding the dick slit match.
Why did that sound like it's worthy?
You guys have it all easy with you just trying to find the right girl and the right whatever. You know, I gotta go through millions and millions of videos to find that perfect dick split.
Look at this. Is there bigdickslit.com? That's gotta be a site, right?
Don't look up slut of the week on Tumblr. You don't wanna get to know me that much. I mentioned on the last cast, and I realized, like, oh man, people can look that up.